and welcome to part 5 of What If the Rescue Bots were placed on Team Prime. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So we start off this episode with Ratchet, Smokescreen, and Blades ground bridging into the volcano area, where Ratchet begins to locate the relic, and Smokescreen and Blades follow him, with their weapons drawn. Soon enough, they reach the relic, with Ratchet opening the lid. Dear Primus, it can't be. And that is when Blades and Smokescreen look at it. Toxin. I say Smokescreen does know what toxin is, since he did work in the Icon Hall of Records with Alphatron, and he saw a lot of these relics. But Blades is the one that they have to catch it up on. They are thinking on how to dispose of this, because there's really no way they could bring it back to base without hurting everybody else. They hear someone flying in, and they turn around to see Megatron fly in and transform right before them.
Autobots, I suggest that you stand aside and let me take this relic.
Smokescreen then says, "Bring it on, Megatron," and he charges at Megatron, with Ratchet saying, "Smokescreen, no. Gah! Blades, take the toxin and dump it into the volcano. We'll cover you. Go." And Blades kind of cowers, but just do it. Go. So Blades transforms and flies towards the volcano with the toxin on his hook. Ratchet then turns around to see Megatron, who has just tossed Smokescreen aside, and now looks to him. "So, toxin, huh? You'll get it over my cold offline chast heap, Megatron."
With this fight being like child's play to Megatron, because Ratchet's just a medic. Yes, he'll definitely try his best, but this is Megatron we're talking about. So, and maybe one foul swoop, he swooshes Ratchet away, transforms, and flies towards the relic, Blades. So Blades is right above the volcano, where Megatron flies at him and hits him, causing him and the toxin to go flying down. So now Blades is back on the ground, getting back up from his fall. And that is where he sees Megatron walking towards the toxin. But that is when Smokescreen transforms, coming from out of nowhere, and kicking Megatron, knocking him to the side. Ratchet comes up and gets Blades up to his feet. So now, while Smokescreen has Megatron somewhat distracted, Ratchet tells Blades to throw the toxin into the volcano. And so it's done. The toxin has officially been destroyed. This is when Ratchet and Blades join up with Smokescreen, and together they start to push Megatron back towards the volcano. And soon enough, they push him in, celebrating their victory. Ratchet goes to check up on Blades and Smokescreen, who are really wounded because they had the most poundings. That is when Megatron climbs out of the volcano, super angry at the loss of the toxin, loads up his fusion cannon, and aims at Ratchet, shooting him in the back and killing him. Blades and Smokescreen have the really shocked faces, with Blades immediately sending an SOS. Megatron then immediately walks towards them with his fusion cannon aimed. That is when a ground bridge opens up, with Boulder, Chase, Heatwave, and Optimus coming through the ground bridge. They all notice Ratchet's dead body. Optimus then orders Heatwave, Chase, and Boulder to get Blades, Smokescreen, and Ratchet's dead body out of here. But Megatron doesn't want to fight. He instead taunts Optimus before he leaves. No, Prime. I murdered your precious medic Ratchet today. Go and mourn over his loss. I will be waiting for the next time.
And with that, Megatron transforms and flies away.
I can't imagine that Optimus probably tries to shoot him out of the sky, because he doesn't want it to go like that. But to be honest, guys, Megatron, even he himself realizes that he wants Optimus to feel a loss like he has. Megatron's lost things in the Earth conflict, and so did Optimus, but still, Megatron lost a lot more. So he wants Optimus to feel that, so maybe the next time they fight, only one will come out victorious. Back at the Autobot base, the Autobots are mourning over the loss of Ratchet, their medic, and a true friend. With Optimus officially sealing a casket for Ratchet's dead body. Farewell, old friend. Meanwhile, back at the Harbinger, the Decepticons realize something. The clone, Redwing, he has a psychic link to his fellow clones, because even in canon, we saw that Starscream had some sort of feeling link with the clones. So Megatron is informed of this, and he uses the clone to locate the Autobot base. With Megatron and Redwing walking towards a computer with the 3 Decepticons following, and soon enough, he types some coordinates with his eyes closed and reveals the coordinates, the location of the Autobot base. Oh, Optimus, I told you that the next time we meet, only one of us would come out standing. And it's time. Soundwave immediately opens a ground bridge to a completely rebuilt Nemesis warship. Megatron then orders his Decepticons to board the warship. Redwing then sends a psychic link message to his brethren to be ready for their freedom. So we get back to the Autobot base, where the Autobots are just mourning over the loss of Ratchet. Blades says, I should have done more to save him, and Heatwave is like, don't blame yourself, Blades. It's alright. Smokescreen says it's his fault, but Wheeljack says, it's not, kid. That is when the alarms in the Autobot base start to ring. And that is where we see the Nemesis warship fly above the Autobot base. The Autobots realize it's the Decepticon warship. That is when the Wreckers prepare to fight Wheeljack, Bulkhead, and Smokescreen. But Optimus instead orders his fellow Autobots to retreat through the ground bridge. We must abandon the base. The Autobots are like, no, we can't leave. We must disperse in order to avoid more losses, until we could regroup and launch a counterattack. Then, RC, Bulkhead, and Bumblebee grab their human partners, and they go through the ground bridge first. Then Wheeljack, then Smokescreen, and he salutes just like in canon. Then, it is the Rescue Bot's turn. Chase is the first one to go, because he is that loyal to obey Optimus's orders. Then Boulder and Blades go together, but Heatwave stays behind Optimus. I don't want you to stand against the Decepticon warship alone. But Optimus tells him to go on, Heatwave. And, with some hesitation, Heatwave leads through the ground bridge. So, Optimus takes out his blasters, ready to destroy the ground bridge controls, but the Nemesis loads up its weapon and destroys the Autobot base. With Optimus caught under the rubble, clinging on to life, he closes his eyes. But he wakes up soon after in a cave with Heatwave. He then tells Heatwave, how did you get me? Heatwave then reveals he has the phase shifter with him. He then tells Optimus, I'm sorry I defied your orders, but I had to act. So when I saw the warship on cameras, I made a room for the phase shifter, closest relic I could grab. And when you told me to leave, I thought about it, and maybe I could use the phase shifter to save you. Now all we have to do is get you patched up, Optimus, and we could take the fight back to Megatron. But Optimus thinks to himself and knows he doesn't have much time left. Heatwave, I have seen you rise up ever since you first arrived on Earth. You have become a great warrior, but I fear my time is over. Optimus, what do you mean? The time for a new leader is upon us. I believe that leader stands before me right now. Optimus then passes away, not before opening up his chest, and the Matrix hovering up and entering Heatwave's chest. Arise, Hideous Prime. And that's where I'm going to leave it off here, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed part 5, and I'll see you guys in part 6.